Hi, this is Meera Gandhi, and welcome to my 5-minute podcast called 3 Tips. In this short podcast, I share 3 tips on all matters of life and just about every topic or situation imaginable. I like to walk the talk and will share my real life experiences as I give you 3 easy tips to shift closer towards finding answers to things. Today, we will talk about 3 tips on attaining Aparigraha or non greed. I know for myself, when I have too much of anything in my life, I am not happy. It takes away time from living, and I end up spending a lot of hours on managing too many material things. The age old truth, less is more, is very, very sincere. We must walk our path, our purest path, even when we are not sure that we are. The 15th century poet Rumi says, "When you start walking in earnest, the path appears." The best example of a parigraha that I can share today in this conversation occurred in 2016 in Palisades, New Jersey, at a weekend retreat with Sadhguru. An Indian doctor living in Florida asked a question of Sadhguru. He asked Sadhguru, "No matter how hard I work, I am always afraid I will not have enough for our old age and our children's needs. This has me awake at night, filled with worry every day. Why is this so?" Sadhguru listened patiently, smiled, and then he answered. He said, "Doctor, if I told you I would take care of you, your wife, your children, your needs, you just had to come and live and work in my ashram, would you feel less anxious?" The doctor thought and answered. He said, "Yes, but that would mean giving up my practice in America, my home in Florida, my cars, my retirement fund, my lake home, my third home." Sadhguru stopped him and said, "Yes, all of it. Just to have peace of mind. Would you do it?" The doctor paused again, looked at his wife, and then he said, "Yes, actually, we would. This way of life is making us too anxious." Sadhguru heard him and kept looking at him without speaking. Then the doctor stopped and said again, "But, Sadhguru, our children live here. It might be too much to leave and uproot and go and live and work in your ashram. But we'll give it a serious thought." Sadhguru smiled. And I kept thinking, aha, here's my first lesson in a parigraha or non-greed. Not to be attached to anything. To leave the fruits of good action to the universal force. Not to desire more than one needs. As one practices this continuously, it becomes a natural part of our thought processes. So, in closing, my 3 tips on non greed or parigraha are: the first, acquire consciously. Make conscious decisions when it comes to acquisition. The second, put people over material. People last, material doesn't. Don't acquire material things at a cost to others. The third, heed your instincts. Trust in your instincts. Our instincts are our best guides. Here's to you living your most fulfilled, non greed life. I'm Meera Gandhi, and these are my 3 tips.